This is Irontrader. It is Monday morning, so it's time to go to work. Now you can see here where the futures are just ripping up higher on the NASDAQ. You're up there about 467. Now we had a huge down day on Friday, but remember, one day does not make a market. Okay, we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at the gold, silver, crude oil, and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, stock commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin daily and weekly chart. Now I can see here how we had this big ass red candle. Look at that thing all the way down, but it held that 100-day very, very nicely. Now what we have is an indecision candle here so far, but it's way early. What we're looking for on the upside is this 50-day simple moving average, okay? That's going to be big time resistance. That's 115,700. Okay, if we can get above that, then we'll come to today's high, 116,500. Then we're looking for that 117,059 level. That's your 21 simple moving average, okay? Now, if we get above that, we're going to come right at the top of that candle, 117,795. Well, 118,295 level. And then we'll venture up to the top of that candle at 119,145. And then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle here at 123.70. But this is what we're going to be looking for, is that big retest of that 8-day at 121,164 level. Now you can see how nicely it was holding that 50-day simple moving average. And then we had that big sell-off here a couple of weeks ago because they unloaded about $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And then there was $22 billion worth of options. Now, Friday, that's the same thing we had Friday. It was a big sell-off. People just liquidating it. Came right on down. But you know, as I say, that 100-day is holding, and so far we have that inside day. Now, on the downside, we're watching today's low, 114,850 level situation. And then we'll come right down to here. You're looking at 114,570. We're looking to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 113,460. But the key is going to be right there is going to be that 100-day at 113,312 level. Needs to hold that. If not, then what we do is we're going to be venturing all the way on down here. Okay, so you got right there 111,970. We have 111,550 level. Then we have 111,60, and then we can come down here to the bottom of this candle at 109,270, and we have the retest of that candle at 108,555 level. But when you look at the overall chart, we have a low, we have a higher low, and we have a higher low situation. So you just got to be a little bit patient. Now, when we look at here at your RSI, that's not overbought or oversold. The green did cross over red because obviously we had that big sell down situation. But we did make a new high, but you notice that it can't hold these highs. That's the key. Okay, so this we were looking at first one at this one, 123, at top of that candle at 615 level. We had another high there at 125,200 and another one high at 127,240. But when you look at the overall chart, we have a low, higher low, higher low, and the bigger picture, high, higher high, and higher high. The thing about it is it has to hold these key levels on a closing basis in order to go higher. Okay, now we look at the weekly chart. Well, we're still hanging on to that 8-day. That's going to be very key, 114,475 by Friday, and at 113.64, that is your 21-day. We lose that, then we can come right down to the bottom of these candles here. You're looking at that 111,355 level, and then we have the bottom there. You're looking at that 108,555, and then we start losing this levels right there. Then we're going to be coming right down to that 102 level, 425. But again, you got to be a little bit patient. Now, right here, this is still very, very strong. It's not overbought or oversold. The green is still below your red. So we got to really see how this all going to shake out here in a day. Now, easy way to trade this alongside is IBIT. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's owned by BlackRock. I trade the BITX. That's a 2 times ratio, and it pays a pretty good, nice, good dividend. I think you're up about 12%. Now, it's going to be paying here about, I think it's 61 cents here at the end of the month again, and it pays it monthly, which is very, very nice. Now, easy way to short Bitcoin, like I did here with this big red candle, was with BITI, and you can do the short ski. But I say once it hit that 100-day, boom, I'm all out of the trade. Okay, so I always look at the charts. That's what I trade off of. Okay, so just be a little bit patient here today, and then watch that 50-day. You got to get above that. Next level, 21-day. Next big level is going to be your 8 SMA. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. All right, here we have the gold. Now I can see here what we had there on Friday and yesterday. You can see we're breaking out again. Okay, so what we want to watch is that this price channel at that 4,081 on the downside. Okay, that's going to be very, very key. We lose that, we'll come to the top of this candle, 4,038, and then we have this 39.96. Now again, I always say if this price is above that 8 simple moving average, it's sideways to up action. And now you can see here where we're headed right for that 41 area. and I think we're going to overshoot it by 41.20. Now they got limits on this. They're looking at maybe even 5,000. But again, I look at gold as like a fear factor kind of a situation. So I trade it with the GLD. I only trade on the long side. Right now we're sitting at a 78. You're way above, but shows it very, very strong. That's what RSR measures, but also shows that, very, very overbought condition. But right now, as long as you're above the 8-day, looks like it wants to go higher. Green is over your red, good momentum. So right now, I'm looking for that. We'll see what happens when you hit that 41. You're coming very, very close. Then 41.20 will be the overshoot. And then again, you work yourself all the way up to that 42 level. Now, here we have the silver, same thing. Okay, very, 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 very strong. And you're having, this one hasn't not broken out yet. It went right up to that price channel. Okay, so we went right up to 49.96 level. Today we made a high of 49.93. So you have to crack above that 49.96. If you do, then I would jump right back in the SLV and we'll take that higher. Okay, so you're coming very, very close to the 50 mark. But then again, your next target is going to be, 51, and then work yourself up to that 55 level. But let's just see if we can crack that 49.96 level. That's going to be very key. Now on the downside, want to watch the top of that candle right there, 49.19. There's your support level, and then we have 48.61. That's your next support level, and then here's the key one is 48.01. But again, as long as we have that price channel, that the price above that key 8 SMA here, this is sideways to up action kind of a situation. Now you can see Friday what we had is an indecision candle, which means it could go either way. Even though we put a lower low and a lower high in, and we have a topping tail there, we have that indecision candle situation. So that could go either way, and obviously we went right to the upside situation. Now, it's rallying here with the overall market, and the only thing that's really down here is the Bitcoin kind of situation. Other than that, everything is rallying up very, very nicely. Now, silver, you can see here, we're very, very strong. The green is crossed over, but now it wants to go right back up. So again, just watch that 49.96. You crack that level, you're going to go, okay, you're going to hit the 50. You're going to look at, 51, 52, head towards that 55 level on that situation. This one here, you're ready at 4,100. There we are. See, we already squeezed over. Now I'm looking for that 41.20 kind of a situation. Easy way to trade it. GLD for the long, SLV for the short. You can get in and out, big volumes. All right, let's take a look here at crude and natural gas. All right, here we have the old crude ski. Okay, so let's just take a look here. Now, we had a big red candle and everything was selling off, and today we have that inside day situation. So today we made that high of 60.17. What we're looking for is the bottom of that candle at 60.40. Okay, so if we get above that 60.40, we have the 8-day right there. That's your next target is 60.90. Above that, we look for Friday's high, 61.67, and then we're looking for that 62.54, that 21-day. But you can see how strong that 21-day is. Rallied right into it, couldn't do it. Rallied into it, couldn't do it, and then we sold right on off. So again, if this 8-day is going to be strong resistance, and then that 21-day is going to be very, very strong resistance. If we get above it, you got the 50-day, okay? We have the 100-day at 64.73, and then we'll come to the top of that candle, 65.40, and then we have your 66.39, which is your 200 SMA here. Okay, now downside. Well, we've got to watch Friday's low. Okay, well, actually, we're going to watch today's low here. That's 59 flat. Then we come down here to this 58.22 level. Next level we're going to do, we bring that price channel right across, and you're looking at 57.74. Okay, so that's if we lose it. Then we come down to the bottom there. You're looking at 57.03, and then we have 56.39, and then we have 55.30 level. That's going to be your target kind of a situation. But right now, see, we had that nice double top. See that double top? Sold off very nice. Then it rallied up, but you couldn't get through that 21-day. Now we just have this action going down. Now, OPEC, they're going to be adding about 137,000 barrels per day come October. So we got to see if they actually, they last. That's what they're going to do for October. That's going to be for November, I should say. That's what they did in October, and they did much higher than what that was. So what they're trying to do is just take market share, dump all the oil out, get rid of all the the cuts, and then they'll worry about price, I think, later kind of a situation. Now, we didn't get down to an oversold level. We came down pretty close to it. Then it started rallying up here. But again, in this time frame, I wouldn't get too excited about the crude. I said we're going to go down into the 50 level, and here we are down in that 50 level situation. So again, just watch here on the upside. Just watch this key level at the bottom. That's that 60-40, and right here, that 8 days, very, very strong. And if you get above that, that's that 21 day at 62.53 level. Now, natural gas, she's coming right on off here. Okay, so what we had here is we had this nice double bottom. See that? 277, 277. Boom. Nice good rally up. But look how strong that 200 day is. Yeah, then we got a higher. This one here looked like it had potential to go higher. Went just a little bit, and then one red candle wiped that whole, engulfed that whole previous candle. So you always got to watch it. Okay, so if you want to learn about candlesticks, you can go on my playlist. I have about candlesticks and chart patterns. Then we have just like a little refresher for you. All right, so sold right on off here, and now we put in another lower low. So what we're really looking for here is this 50 SMA at 3.02. Okay, so if we lose that, then we're going to come to right here to this gap fill at 2.96. That's going to be your next support level. Then we'll come there. You're looking at 2.91. We come down here at roughly 8.5, and then we have 2.81 level, and then we have that 277. That is going to be your big retest. But you have to lose that 50-day in order to do that. So what I'm looking for right now is I'm going to see if it holds that 50-day. A lot of times it'll do when you get this situation like this, almost like a double top situation. It comes right on down. We'll see if it can hold that 50-day, and then we can rally right back up. Now, again, on the upside, here's your key resistance level. It's 3.15. Your next level is that 100-day at 3.24, and then we have your 8-day at 3.30. You get above that, we come to the top of there at 3.39, and then 348 is your 200-day, and then we retest up there at 355, and then 358 is your big breakout. Now, you got to be a little bit patient here with natural gas. Remember, natural gas is always trades like this. It's always fickle. You think it's going to rally up and blast out, and it just a lot of times it just does the opposite. Okay, that's why I like trading it, because it seems like it's always in play. Same way with crude oil. Okay, now 46. Okay, that's not overbought or oversold. The green crossed over your red. Obviously, momentum to the downside. That's what that's showing. So right now, you're paying a little pinball action between that 50-day at 302 and that 21-day at 315. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading. We'll take a look at some stocks here. Now you can see here how everything is railing up very, very nicely. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, Palantir's ripping up nice. Tesla's doing good. Apple's up. Microsoft is up. My TQQs is up there nice. You're up there 5 points on that. Meta's looking good. Amazon. Nvidia looking really good, back up to 189 again. So right now the market looks good. So OT man, he's downplaying that China attention, and he says everything's going to be fine. And boom, 1, 2, 3, there she goes. Now I want to give a big shout out to my Detroit Lions. They lost yesterday, but they sort of put up a pretty good fight there. But next week they play Tampa Bay. That's going to be another tough one. All right, trade what's in front of you. Now what you want.